Salutations, my name is Tish and welcome to the Artist Haven. In this live stream, we are continuing with our 30 journals in 30 days extravaganza, for lack of a better word. And today I want to keep it simple, because sometimes with junk journals and handcrafted journals, we just kind of go over the top with it. And I've been finding that sometimes I'm just like, oh, I got, more is more. And sometimes, sometimes I just like to keep it basic. And this journal is really brightly colored and has a lot of cool threads in it. And the inside is even a little, over the top. So let's do a journal for someone who writes a daily journal or is a writer, or like writing a story and they do it by hand, old school, but yet want to have something colorful and fun to keep their inspiration going. So I have a bunch of line pages. These are on my Ko-Fi site. And a little tip, if you're printing them double-sided, do flip up versus flip over if you're finding that your pages are not aligning the way you want them to. I don't think I put that in the instructions. I will make that modification because I always forget. Thankfully, I only do a test page just to make sure that it's turning the right way. I had a moment of frustration this morning and then I remembered, oh yeah, I gotta do it this way. So what I want to do to keep it kind of lighthearted and fun is we're gonna do, I want to say there's 90 sheets here, which is like a bajillion pages. But so I want to do 3 signatures of 20 pages apiece, I think. I don't know. Maybe we should just do, I'm trying to decide, and I can't count today apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5. And then I'm going to decal the edges just a little bit. So I'm going to fold them in half. I have that Tim Holtz glass mat, and the only reason why I don't use it is because of the glare from the lights. But if I can get my new webcam that I've been eyeballing, so there's 5. 1, that's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm thinking 20 might be doable. It might be a challenge to sew in the signatures, but I think it'll look good. And then we'll decal the edges in groups of 5. And then that way they have a cool edge, instead of just a straight boring edge. Because there's 10. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think I have 60 pages. I did a group of 30, and then I thought I did another group of 30. But I might have done a group of 60 because I had 60 on my brain. And I printed these off while I was still like uncaffeinated. It says, hi, Mom. Well, hi, child. I don't know which child you might be. So there's 15. Let's see. Maybe we'll do 3 sets of 15. That's 45 sheets in the whole book, which gives us like 100 and some odd pages. Math is not my forte. You know what? Let's do 5 more. Let's go for broke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that should be 20. Can I get, yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20. So there's 20. You know what? We're going to go to 15. Because I don't think I can get my all through all of that. Or my bead reamer even. So let's do back to stacks of 15, or 5, excuse me. And then 2, 3. And now I want a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 3. So there's 3, and then we need 5 more. So I went to Walmart the other day, and in search of jumbo paper clips, like the most simple basic thing ever, right? Just simple and basic jumbo paper clips, nothing fancy. And God forbid if the whole section in the back in the in like the stationery area, you know, you buy printer paper there, and there's all the sheet protectors and, you know, all that stuff. Not a single box, not a single solitary box of paper clips. Not jumbo, well, there was a bunch of small ones, like the 1,000 box. Who needs I already have like 2,000 little paper clips because Amazon keeps sending me the wrong size. So I'm not ordering from Amazon anymore. But then I remembered it's back to school time. I haven't had a school-age child in forever. You know, so we looked in that section, and there they were. Whoa. But I also got some Sort Quick, and I thought I brought it upstairs. And that's what I'm looking for right now because it makes life so much easier. But yeah, no. But I do have one thing that might work. Hang on. I'll move this over. Someday I'll get this studio organized. This joint compound. What happened to my little spongy guy? I have a little spongy guy. See, even Mikey, bless his heart, and I mean that in the northern way, not in the southern way. He went to get me paper clips, and they're the wrong size. So I have 200 more. But at least these ones are good ones. They're not the anti-slip ones. Woo. Okay. So we take these little sponges, and I used to have them lined up in here, but they were in my toolbox, so there we go. We'll put you over here. We don't need a... Let me just take a little... This is a container from Dollar Tree, and sponges from the Dollar Tree. And we'll just make ourselves a little moist towelette, and I hate that word. Blech. Okay, and then we can get our fingers damp without having to lick them. I hate doing that. It grosses me out. And I don't know why. Probably too many puppy kisses in my lifetime. I don't know. And I'm not doing this exact because the novelty of having something handmade. Now, if I were a pristine bookmaker and I had the cutter and all the tools, then yes, I can be very anal retentive about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully we have enough. I can always fire up the printer downstairs. we go. There's one thing I like about having the Wi-Fi. Oh, I have enough, I think. Barely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might have miscounted somewhere too. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Perfect. Excuse me. Well, I inadvertently printed exactly the right amount of paper. So there you go. Now, another cool thing you can do is take junk mail and print on that. And I'm waiting for a stack of junk mail pages, and then I'll cut them all to, cut them all to the same size. That way I don't have to keep changing my size. I can do like 8 by 10 or something like that with it. All right. Now we're going to take out our decal cutter and just decal the edges, all just various lengths, and then we'll kind of sort them out. But we're going to make sure that we have them going in all the same direction, which I don't. See, those 3 are the same, and then those 3 are the same. There we go. I was just talking about how I don't give 5-star reviews to anything because it has to be pretty darn exceptional for me to give it a 5-star review. I'm very, like, if you hit the mark, that's average, right? You should be able to expect a certain thing and get your certain thing. And in this age of give us a 5-star review, it's like, no, you didn't go above and beyond. You did your job. That's average. I mean, how often does a company give you a 5-star review when you work your tail feather off? And I don't think I've ever gotten. Okay, so we're going to make sure that we're staying above a certain point here, but there we go. And we are going to, I'm going to do a little bit of shuffling back here because I'm still not 100% organized. I'm getting better though. That needs to go back in my toolbox. And I don't need my headset. I use my headset just to check my audio. And I'm going to plug that in. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is make 3 stacks. Since I know that I've got the number I need. Oops. Okay. And I think it'll be easier on my portable hands here if I do it, and my portable cutter. I think 10 pages is a little bit too much for it. And that didn't cut the ends, so we're going to go back in. There we go. a lot more smoothly. And this also can help disguise if your printer like misfeeds or something. Here we go. Excuse me. Yeah, because if I get the new webcam, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, if I can get my antique DSLR to work as a camera, I might spend that money on like an A10 mini. It's basically a video switcher type thing. And I used to know places that you could go for used, quality stuff that was used. I don't know if it's still around or not. I'll have to reach out to some people and be like, hey, I want to get one of these. Because then I can use the DSLRs, and then I can have a camera for the top down, and a camera for like a wide angle view of the whole studio, and then one for sewing machine, and then even maybe, if I can get really fancy, have one over my big work table in that way, or downstairs in the garage studio. And I can do more stuff down there. We could do a day where we do furniture or something. It's also where I'm going to be doing the acrylic pouring and stuff. So, because there's a sink downstairs. I don't have a sink up here. And I don't want to go through the hassle of getting it all pumped out and all that. Which would be cool to have a bathroom up here. So I don't have to run all the way downstairs to my go. Or I need to wash my hands or, that kind of thing. But I adjusted my fan that's in my studio today because last night I was getting really frustrated because it was blowing stuff everywhere, and I'm like, why? Okay. go on this one. All right, we are more than halfway through. Thank you for being patient with me as we deckle the edges of this paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I watched way too much Sesame Street. Okay, here we go. Got 3 more. Sure, I got all the way through on all of those. Yep. And I am flipping it over so the decals look a little different on each edge, and then I'm going all the way to the top or all the way to the bottom. So it's kind of, even though it has the same blade every time, it gives it a little bit of variance. And then sometimes I kind of center it. Oh, I didn't do the end of it. Saturday. But anyways, I was saying about reviews. This is the only thing I can think of that I would give a 5-star review to. And I know that sounds really kind of silly, but it's more than I expected. It's better than I expected it to be. It exceeded my expectations, and that's what a 5-star review should be. And, you know, when people are like, oh, it's only 3 stars on Amazon, it's like, well, why is it 3 stars? You know, consider the source. You know, my computer won't start up. Do you know where the on button is? You know, silly things like that. So consider your source when reviewing something. You know, maybe they were having a bad day and their sandwich had mustard on it and they ordered it with no mustard. And, you know, it's not the end of the world. They're not allergic to mustard. It's not like they're going to anaphylaxis about it. It's just, you know, it added to their bad day. And I'm sorry for that, but, you know, the people that make your food are human. And we make mistakes. And that's why, you know, when I'm in a restaurant and I get something with tomatoes on it, I do mention it to the server, you know, hey, I ordered this without tomatoes. There's a tomato in here. Just let me know. And they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Don't worry about it. It's a tomato. I can take it off. I don't really like tomatoes because they make my body hurt. But, and it tastes kind of hinky. But I still eat them every once in a while, just because I want to try. And they have vitamin C, and they're supposed to be good for you, but they make my body hurt. So, but I just tell them, hey, it's just not a big deal. It's not gonna affect your tip or anything like that. It's not your fault, although you could look to see if there's a tomato on it. It's a burger. It's served open face. So, yeah, but you know, I don't get mad, because the person that made it is a human. She's a human, or he's a human. They are a human. You know, whatever. However they identify. No judgment. But they need, you know, this world has gotten so crazy. It's like, just give me my food and don't kill me. All right, there's 4, 5. Slide for that one. And 2 for this one. There we go. Okay, now we gotta put those all back together. Okay, this, there we go. Put that back where it belongs. I like being able to put things back where it belongs. And then it's not on the floor to trip me up. Okay, is that fabric? Bin. I need a bigger bin for my fabric, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, so I'm going to smooth these down. And then just slide them into each other here. Maybe. There we go. You know, I used to be able to do this really fast. So apparently, I'm having a day. See, so now the rough edge has this cool deco edge on it. So that way it's not boring. It's like intentionally sloppy. All right. Let's do it this way. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the corner and sliding it in. Maybe it missed. There we go. Uh-oh. That's the other thing we need to pay attention to. I just realized that. It's wider at the top than the bottom, so I want to make sure that we have all the wide parts at the top. And as long as we get halfway through, and we're all good, then we know we're good all the way the rest through, because it's one page. One sheet of paper. There we go. Now I need to be mindful of that. There we go. There is signature number 1. We're going to take this and I'm going to whack-a-mole it and put a clip in. So I just take the ruler and push it down as far as I can. There we go. And then we'll take a clip and we'll put it at the top. Yeah, 15 is going to be stupendous. It's going to be a challenge to get the all through there. Where did my paper clips go? Oh, underneath your glove that you need to put away so you don't rip a hole in it. Okay. There we go. My braid is back here, hanging in its nice little spot. I'm so happy that I got this reorganized. Excuse me. All right. There's one. Ta-da! Now, before we put these together, let's make sure all of them are going the right direction. And it looks like they are. Huzzah! Okay, so we're going to squish them. So this is kind of me cheating because that way I don't have to line up the pages and like cut them, try to cut them square with a knife and a ruler. I've done that. It's overrated. I mean, you can. If you're that person and you want to do those things, you go right ahead. You knock yourself out. Well, not literally, but it's actually easier to do it this way. Okay. See, we're adapting as we go. All right. There we go. See, and that edge is going to look cool when we put it in the book. There we go. Squeeze it tight. Yeah, that's going to look really cool. So now when I put the paper clips in, I put them. So I look up from the fold, and this is the top, and this is the bottom, right? So when I'm putting the signatures in, this is my top because it's at the top of the fold, and then I'll have one down here, which is at the bottom. So I know this is the bottom of my signature, and that way when I'm lining up my holes, I know to line them up. So this is my top, and this is my bottom. See? Visual cues for those of us who don't have a clue, right? And I don't have these in any particular order, other than they were all going the same direction. All right, let's see. Make sure that we've got them all going. Wait, what's this one? Nope, that one's right. There we go. Okay, bottom corner looks faster. If I had my sword break up here, this would be done already. But I don't know what happened to it. It's probably, you know what, it's probably in the stack of stuff that needs to come upstairs. I brought the new pencil boxes out because I decided that I'm going to put all my ephemera, I'm going to sort out all my ephemera into those little pencil boxes, and I've got some other bins, and I'm going to put them all on a cart. Like one of those Michael's carts. That way I have all of my ephemera in one spot, and I can just pull my ephemera cart out when I'm going to be working on journals. You know, decorating journals and stuff. And have each one like section like floral or advertisements or, you know, steampunk, shabby chic, you know. That way I have everything together in one spot. I'm kind of still in the professional kitchen mindset where you have stations. I'm like, if it worked, it's worked for kitchens for 100 years or more, actually. I mean, Escoffier, I do believe was his name, came up with the whole kind of line system. And if it's been working for, you know, since like 1812, so that's like 200 years. Then, you know, I mean, Ford did it assembly line, and that's kind of, you know, and they had stations on the assembly line. So, if I have stations that I can bring hither and thither, Now, I've been thinking in the back of my brain what I want to do for a closure on this. And I might just do an elastic closure. We'll put a eyelet here and then have a piece of black elastic, because I have some fine, like narrow, I think it's a 1/4 inch elastic. And then maybe put a dangle here. So that way it's on this side and then this side. And then we'll have, I thought about putting a pen holder right here, just a little loop of elastic right here. Put 2 eyelets in to hold it in place. Maybe, or something like that. And then have like, I don't know, we'll figure it out. So that's what I'm thinking, just to keep it basic and simple, but still pretty. All right, so next step, we make, I need to clean, I need to change my paper, but it's on my agenda. I want to have, my goal is to have the studio done by the end of this month. Because now I have a better idea of how things flow. I mean, you do 30 journals in 30 days and tell me you don't know how you're what hiccups you have in your setup. You know, even if you have a laundry cart or something that you keep all your crafting stuff in, so you can craft on your kitchen table, or on your living room floor, wherever you craft. You have to have a system of sorts. It can't just be all willy-nilly. Although I did that for years. Okay, I worked out of a laundry basket for a long time. Kept all my crafting stuff in the laundry basket. Okay, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Now, just for my brain, I'm going to take this yellow paper clip and put it at the top. That way I know, because there's really no discernible pattern on here. And we're going to grab this is a 1.5 inch template, and I make them out of several layers of chipboard. Use my crocodile and punch holes, and then I use the holes to punch my holes. And I started doing this because the one journal I made, it kind of peeved me, but the black marker that I used bled really bad. So I want the other little one. Do I have the other little one in here? Because those fit under the crocodile better. So now I just use the template itself to punch my holes. So there we go. That's good. Make sure that we have room in the back and room in the front. And I wish they made smaller binder clips. They probably do. They probably have micro ones now. All right, before we start the punching, we need to find, right in front of your face, Tish. Lord have mercy. All right. It's like, okay, squish, put your head. All right, give me one moment. I'm going to turn on some music here, and I'm going to give it a drink of some coffee. Okay, now I have this set at 1/8 inch. I start in the back, or in the front, and I gotta come up and close and personal because the lights shine down, and so there's a shadow underneath, and I can't see where I'm coming down at. So this is what we have to do to make life bearable. And I'm gonna knock you over, and you can get it away. Here we go. It's a good hand day today. That one got a little off. That's okay. Handmade. Flip it around. Stop bumped in the face by the drum. It's okay. Worst things have happened to me. There we go. Did I screw that up? Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. Handmade. I was supposed to go to the back of the circle, not to the front of the circle. But that's okay. I caught it well enough in time, and it's only a fraction of an inch off. So, unless you're really, retentive, you're never going to notice. So, to bring some more fun into this, I picked out the multiple colors that are on the front. I chose yellow, teal, and purple to use as threads. So we'll use the yellow last, or first, because I do the back signature first, and then the purple, and then the teal. So I'm going to separate them. I'm going to grab 3 needles, and we're going to thread 3 needles. This is why, that's the other thing I was going to get at Walmart. I forgot my phone. All day long I forgot my phone that day. I just it sat downstairs all by itself. And when I was working on GC content, I was working on the other stuff that I have to do during the day. I did the live stream to do all the things. Recording classes. I had my phone downstairs. I didn't even have it with me. I usually don't have it here, but I usually bring it with me when I leave. Usually. But I have my list on my phone. Well, hell did that, didn't it? So I think I need to go back to writing paper lists and putting them in my wallet, because I never forget my wallet. I rarely forget my wallet. I can't say never because it has happened. Okay, and then we're going to start with the yellow. And then we're going to get the other, well, it would help if you had the deal first. Jeez, oh Pete. There we go. And I realize this is a big-eyed needle because these are the plastic canvas needles. And I don't really need a threader, but it makes life so much easier. Because the end of the embroidery floss always gets that little bit of frayed, and then you're arguing with it, and yeah. Who wants to do that? Okay, so let's set that up there. Let's get our, let's put this away, put him in his garage. There we go. this is our top. And I have a piece of tape over this hole because I punched things on. So I put a piece of tape over it. So I didn't have to try and cut another one. So we're going to take this and smush it in there. This is not supposed to go in there. Let's put it in that. There we go. And then, did I put my binder clips away already? See? I try to be neat and tidy and then sabotage myself. It's all good. So, I'm gonna line it up. No. There we go. Click that side. Click this side. There we go. Make sure it's down in there. Grab our reamer. Which I was cleaning out a bead the other day and I bent it. I bent the reamer, not the bead. Okay. 1, 2. That's awfully close to my hand. And 3. Okay, so there, clip it, take this off. So we know this is the top because we have the paper clip in place the way we do. And we'll line up our pattern again and we'll get all 3 of these punched all at one time. Well, not all at one time, but in one fair go. Because I don't want to try and think about trying to punch all, what is it? 15 and 15 is 45, both up. Nope, no thank you. My hand hurts just thinking about it. You know what, I gotta line myself just a little bit better. There we go. Because it was just under that middle line on the last one. There we go. Okay, one more. One more time. Okay. Might need to make a new, or get a new bead reamer. This one's getting dull at the tip. Although I could take it out of sandpaper and maybe make it a little bit more sharp. I don't want it too sharp because that's when accidents happen. Well, actually, having it be dull is when accidents happen. You know, you're more likely to cut yourself on a dull knife than you are on a sharp one. That can go back in its little spot. This guy needs to go back in the jar. Leave that out. See, constantly tidy. And I never seem to catch up. All right. Phase 2 is complete. Now on to phase 3. Now, here's where you want to think about, before you sew in your signatures, do you want to stitch a ribbon on and have just a ribbon closure, tie-in ribbon, or, a Velcro ribbon? And I think a ribbon would look nice on this, but it's not exactly the vibe I want. I want something kind of clean and modern, but yet kind of grungy and handmade looking, something with love, infused in it, and creativity and positivity. So I think I'm going to go with the elastic. So we don't have to, because when I put a ribbon closure on something like this, I like to stitch the ribbon on when I stitch the signatures, because then it gives it another stability point. Even if I'm doing a Velcro closure, I try to do when I do the signatures. So, in fact, I've torn out signatures and sewn them back in just so I could do that. So, plan ahead, at least one step ahead. This isn't chess, you don't have to be 6 moves ahead. Just 1 or 2 is sufficient. All right, let me get a sip of my coffee, and we'll sew in these signatures. Okay. I gotta slow down on my coffee. It's gonna be long before I get done with this journal. Usually I can time it right, but it tastes so good this morning. I don't know. I make a coffee with a chicory coffee, and I put sweetened condensed milk, and then I ice it. It's so good. It makes my little nerdy heart happy. And I'm using the last can of sweetened condensed milk, so I am going to try, keyword try, and make a sweet condensed milk using monk fruit. So, I wish you could just get the monk fruit extract. I've never been able to find it. It always has erythritol or allulose in it. I think it's just because monk fruit is so expensive, maybe? I don't know. But if you know of a source of monk fruit, without the allulose, because I don't want it super sweet. I don't know, erythritol, however you say it, doesn't agree with me wholly. So I go with the one with the allulose, but that's really hard to find, especially in Texas. And yes, I know I can go on Amazon. It's like, you know what? I was shopping for clothes the other day, and I'm like, I just want a black t-shirt, you know, like a black, extra large, tall t-shirt. It's not that hard. I just, you know, and the brand name, there's no brand name on anything anymore. Is it just because we're just that into buying from China? I don't know. I think we're tighter here. Well, maybe not. Let's pull on that. Pull on this. There we go. Let's see how tight we are. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So, over and under. There we go. And since this is, I'll snip this one, but the middle one I won't, because we might do a marker, like a page marker, and I like to cut these off even at the bottom, and that way, if they want to do a page marker, like an additional one, they have extra to do it. There we go. Take off our paper clips. Now I got the hiccups. I'm just excited. This is like gonna look really cool. I mean, very, very simplistic, but sometimes, you know, keep it simple, stupid. All right, and then we're gonna do yellow and then purple. Making sure I put it in the right holes, because there are those days where I put it in the wrong place. Kind of like hitting the wrong setting on your washing machine. You're supposed to wash it in cold, and you wash it in hot, and then everything shrinks, and then you're like, oh, I need a new black t-shirt. Let's go to Amazon. I guess, you know what? I'd actually pay someone to make me a t-shirt that is like gonna fit me the way I want it to fit me. Because I'm kind of done with this whole fast fashion thing. Kind of done with it. Because I'm 5'11", and I'm not plus size, but I'm plus size. And it's like finding clothes for my body is very difficult. I wear men's jeans because they're the only ones that are long enough. And I buy tall t-shirts because boobs. That's why I say I'm plus size, but I'm not plus size. Well, now I'm a little more plus size, but I'm not like, I've always had problems because of my chest. Someday it'll all work out, right? Okay, we need to put that in that hole. Look at that. I'm getting really good at this signature sewing thing. Knock on wood. Okay, so pull this tight. Pull this one here tight. And then this one tight. Now while we have it tight, we loop this through here and through here, and then that should be good. Let this go. Give it a wiggle, and it's still a little loose. So pull this tight. Wait. go. Give this a quick little squeeze. Now we're good. So we take that side, this goes on top. There we go. I'm going to leave this one long. These back in the pincushion maybe before they end up on the floor. There we go. Cut that one off. I'm going to leave, like I said, I'm going to leave this one long just in case I decide to do a dangle. We'll see. I usually don't know what I'm going to do for the journal until I'm like sitting in front of it, because I bet it kind of talks to me. I know that sounds kind of hinky, new agey weirdo stuff, but you know, I am me, and I am kind of new agey weirdo stuff. Although I would more identify as Buddhist. Kindness matters. And the best kindness you can do is the one that you do for yourself. And that means not being self-centered, but just being kind to yourself. And I struggle with that a lot. We're our own worst critic, right? And I'm not going every page here, but just getting it to lay flat-ish. There we go. There we go. I'm going to put him in the middle. There we go. So far, so good. One more time. That's the last one. And then we can get on to the fun stuff. Sewing signatures for me is like sewing on a button. It's like, why? Why am I doing this? Oh yeah, because I need it. Okay. I don't know why I have Daft Punk in my head now. Just popped into my head earlier and it's just there. They're hanging out having a concert in my brain. You ever get that? Here we go. So I'm going to pull this one tight, and this one tight. See, and it doesn't matter how tight I pull it, it's still never going to get it all in one go. That tight, that tight. Still a little loose, so let's tighten that up. Why are you not doing that? There we go. Gentle tug. Good enough for me. So. There we go. There is our finished signatures. And they're a little closer to the front than the back. So we will, they look a little crooked. Okay, handmade. So we'll put a pocket in the back. Maybe, just a little, or a belly band. So you can just kind of, no, I don't want to put anything in here because I want it to be smooth. Yeah, that's good. It's good for me. I like it. It's quirky. It's funky. It's cool. We're gonna do a. Maybe it just looks crooked because of the pattern. Because I've noticed that the what do you call it? The lines on here look crooked to me this morning. And I measured them, and they were exactly the way they were supposed to be. And I'm like, okay, it's just me not having too much blood in my caffeine system. That's how it is. Okay. And let's brayer these down. And I'm going to grab the black elastic, and we're going to see how we're going to do this. So, and then, maybe, oh no, let's cut these threads out. There we go. Oh yeah, it's just the pattern. It's just my brain. It's even. Boy, I mean, it's a little off, but you know what we can do? We can do this. This one I made when I was using the harder glue. I wasn't using glue stick, so it's harder to bend these, but they still bend. There we go. Now it's like the tree. There we go. Okay. There. Yep. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. I was like, I know I thought I had black elastic like this, but I have this black cording. This is a 3mm cord. I think that's what we're going to go with. But I wanted to see, because I have 3mm, I'm going to get some 2mm, because that's what the brown stuff I used on my other journal. And then this is 1mm. This is like super thin. This is like beading jewelry. And then this is, I think, 1.8, or 0.8, which is like 7. No. A little over 3/4 of a millimeter. So, but I use this for like little paper journals. So, I have a spool of white too somewhere. I think that's actually, I know where that's at because I was making bracelets. So I'm trying to think, do I want to use black or do I want to use this blue? I'm kind of leaning towards the black. I'm having an arm again. Oh, and of course this is going to be a pain in the keister. Though I kind of like the blue. I know the black will hold up better. But I like the blue. Let's go with the blue. These all go in. They were in my yarn drawer, or not yarn, ribbon drawer. And then I have these broken jewelry things and keys. That might be kind of fun. That hole's way too small. This is going for another journal. I already have that planned. This is when I do another Asian-inspired one. That'll go in there. I have a whole bunch more too. Jewelry pieces that are just oddball, but you take this off, and wouldn't that be pretty on a journal? But yeah, just things that are one-offs. That might be kind of cute. No, I don't like that. I don't like it as much as I thought I did. No. I am going to use it. And this owl, isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? I like that. Do I have another one like that? Probably not. But that's okay. That's the joy of junk journals. No, but there's this guy. He's kind of cool. I like this, I don't like that. That is like the teeniest, tiniest hole ever. I like that bead, but I don't have another one like that. Do I actually have a pair of earrings in here? What? Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think so. Like I said, I like this, but I don't really. And that's pretty. I like using keys a lot. Keys and locks, like unlock your potential, unlock your imagination, you know? That's kind of cool. I don't know why we need. What's the stuff? Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know what kind of smooch is on here. If I can get that off of rubbing alcohol. Does that go like that? Yeah, kind of. Okay. Let's do maybe this guy. This just says, yeah, I think we're going to do that. And then I have these rhinestones. I think they're pretty. I don't know if I love that key though. I think it's a little too big. Yeah, I like that one better. Yeah, those are just for the Grunge. Nope, I found it. That's the one I like. Sometimes you just gotta look until you find it. Okay, oops. I don't even know what these are for, but they're in there. Sit that back there. Goes in the cart. All right, time for disassemble. You know what? I wonder if I can straighten it out enough. I don't have any of these pins. Oh, maybe I do. I don't know. I have a ton of these earring hooks. Actually, I might. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I don't have another spacer. Keep that around. There it is. So we're going to do this one, maybe. Hang on. You know, I'm not a jewelry maker, but I know enough to be dangerous. Excuse me. So we're going to put this one in first. And then this one. Oh, that's like a pony bead. So, there we go. We can do it that way. Okay, let's try this again. Put this down here. This is kind of like, this is a glass bead. I think this is just a plastic pony bead, but it's really pretty. And then we've got this spacer guy that put on top. Like that. I'm going to do it by other pliers. I don't know what this is. Hold it. I need to clean these off. There we go. And then make a loopy. That's okay. You can fall. I wondered if my jewelry pliers are in the jewelry box. They should be. But what should happen, and what does happen, are usually the access guys too big. Hang on, let me see if I can find my jewelry pliers. Because I do have the actual correct ones for doing this. But they're put away, and I'm trying to keep the same place tidy, man. This thing weighs probably 40 pounds. There we go. There goes my phone, telling me it's time. Yep. Tells me to eat my lunch. It's my other old phone. Okay. These are little screw bits. That's a wire cutter. That's flat. This might work. Yeah, this will work. Okay. I might have. I wonder what happened to my other bin. It has all my jewelry findings in it. I don't know what happened to it. See, things disappear here. It's just like poof. Okay. Whoopa. I need to go back on here, little guy. Okay, that's straight out. There we go. And then we take this. Nope. It's not big enough of a loop. You know you want to. See? Now I just screwed it up. That guy's gonna be. I have more respect for Klee every time I do any kind of jewelry. Like, how can you want to do this? But she makes some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. And I am proud to say I do own some of her work. In fact, I need to start wearing it more. Alright, this is gonna work. I don't know what happened all the way. So there's another bin with pink handles, and I don't see it in there. But it has all my jewelry findings in it. I wonder, no, I cleaned out that bin. There's a bin that I have, like, I just kind of junk piled everything in there. But I think that'll look cute. No, it's not gonna work. Because I can't. I need something. I need another bead at the bottom. Oh, and that ain't gonna work because I just broke it. Okay. Let's see if. Oh no, I can't get that off. Where's this guy? See, this is the thing about being, excuse me, about being a crafter, an artist. So you gotta know a little bit of everything. Okay. This isn't it, but there might be something in here that I can use. It's very frustrating, and I can't find it in the report. And it should be like right here. Because where else would it be? Because that bin's for binding. Those are all paintbrushes and stuff. I mean, where would it go? Let's see, maybe I have to put something at the top. That'll work. Oh, I do. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now let's see if we can find another bead to put with this. So instead of that little silver bobber, because that guy doesn't really go with the aesthetic. I got that perfect one. I think. I think it'll work. And then I have another one to top it off with high end. Let's see. I think maybe this is that one we do this one. That one's a little bit brighter. Okay. And then in my other little bag of tricks. Ironically, I need to buy more beads. I know that sounds crazy, but excuse me. I think maybe this one would work better. Because this one kind of goes with this one. Kind of. It's kind of a different blue though. Actually. I like that pony bead though. But I think... because that's an actual glass bead. This is actual stone. There's another one in here. Yep, I like that one better. It has more blue in it. Yep. I'm calling an audible. As much as I love that pony bead, it just doesn't fit in my vibe. And then I think these are flat pins, so we can do that. We can put this on the top. Maybe. I don't want to do another dragon with this one though. The pearls black. And these are, yeah, let's just leave it at that. Maybe. I gotta check my other little crates. So this is why journals take me so long. It's because I design in the moment. This is supposed to go on another journal. Maybe we could do one of these, because these are black and purple. And then no. Could use the bead that I was going to use the other day. I broke one. It fell on the ground and it broke. So grateful I didn't put that one on there. Okay. So I need to grab some junk rings. So one for the key, one for the... Oh, I need the loopy on the both ends. Yep, I got those. Because then we're going to do the loopy and the key hanging off of it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. That goes in the other Asian journal. It's going to go in there. I need to restring the... Excuse me for sipping in your ear. Okay. And these are all flat. Well, these are kind of black. No, I want silver because I have silver, other silver findings. Okay. Yeah, let's just use this one. Do we want the key to hang off the bottom of this? No. So we want a flat bottom. And hopefully these are big enough. Actually, let's just... Hopefully we can do this. Hopefully I still have the skill. I used to be able to do this kind of stuff. You get back in there. You're too big for our project, I'm sorry. There you go. Alright, so we're gonna do this one. Like that. And then this one. Like that. And we take our pliers. And we start here. And get it around. That. And then do a double. See, this is so much easier when you have the right tools, or right equipment, findings. Okay, so I'm going to do a double that way. It's reinforced. Plus I like it. Alright, so These are my big wire snips. Probably should get my little ones, but these will work. There we go. I'm gonna take this. Is it perfect? No. Handmade. That's all I'm gonna say. There we go. I like that. I like it. All right. Now, gotta open this one. Just a smidge. Okay, listen. I know you flat bottom girls think you make the world go round, but you gotta listen. Here we go. Now we need to jump in. And it doesn't quite perfectly match because this is a brighter silver, but I'm okay with that. Alright, so there is one side. Put the key on this guy. Like so. I wish I had the big key ones. Where'd my little container go? We're gonna put these guys in here. I gotta put all these away. That's actually what my needles are supposed to go. Oops. Alright. Now, I'm actually going to keep this tool out because that's pretty handy. So let's get this guy going. I've had my microphone muted this whole time. Yeah. So what happens, I mute my microphone so I don't cough in your ear. And, you know, because I think that's rude, and I don't want to do that to you. And then I forget that it's muted. So, but this is our journal for today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you do anything different? I can add, like I was saying earlier, I can add a pen holder here or one right here, but I don't want to disturb the flow. So if the new person that owns this journal wants a pen holder, or they want anything else added to it, the book page marker thing on the string, I can do that. You know, and add it to it. I think it's perfect the way it is, but I like leaving options open so that way they can personalize it and make it their own. So, that being said, thanks for joining me today. We'll catch you in the next one. And always remember, be kind to one another. Peace, love, and happiness.